LafargeHolcim, we are leading the low carbon movement in the building materials industry. LafargeHolcim is the global leader in building materials and solutions. We're operating in 75 countries with roughly 72,000 employees worldwide. We're leaders in the development and implementation of sustainable construction materials and solutions through our innovative products. In the US, where Joe and I are based, we provide a variety of construction material solutions that include cementitious products, ready-mix concretes, aggregate, asphalt, and engineered solutions.
So now that you know a little bit about us, let's get to the topic at hand. Throughout this summit, we've heard a great deal about how our industry is viewed from a sustainability standpoint. And we feel the best way to address this is really just head on. So let's talk about CO2, let's talk about climate change, let's talk about how concrete fits in, and lastly, let's talk about how cement is routinely advertised as a leading global offender in greenhouse gas emissions. Because this isn't just a global focus, right? It exists and is accelerating right here in the US. After we talk about industries like energy production and transportation, as you can see here, the focus goes right to cement. Now, it's our expectation that this is going to continue. And in fact, it's going to gain momentum, and it's probably going to lead to an extension of policies such as carbon tax and buy clean. Now, that being said, I do want to take a moment to respond to this statement. And I do this on behalf of the world's largest cement producer, LafargeHolcim. If there's some expectation that there exists a single scalable and economic solution to CO2 intensity, we aren't there, not even in Europe. So I'm not sure where this particular reference is coming from, but in fact, I'll go as far to say that some of the most efficiently operating cement plants in the world are actually right here in the US. But that being said, I also want to reinforce that we are committed to leading the industry in sustainability. And this is far from a new concept for us. As we see here, the old adage that a ton of CO2 is produced for every ton of cement, that's no longer the case, hasn't been in a long time. Through plant efficiency upgrades, alternative fuels, recycled products, in a diverse product portfolio, all of these have resulted in a significant reduction in CO2 intensity. But it's not enough. So through LafargeHolcim's net zero pledge, we're again renewing our commitment to the sustainability initiative, and we have set highly aggressive targets both globally and right here in the US.
So what should we be doing to be building towards the net zero? The aggressive net zero path must be a multifaceted approach. We all have a role and a part to play. Whether we're a policymaker, an owner, a specifier, contractor, producer, or a supplier, all of our worlds merge together as one when it comes to net zero. Concrete is the most reliable, it's widely used building material in the world. It has many technical benefits such as stability, it's an energy efficient product, and its offers heat and fire protection. With a growing demand for more sustainable solutions and environmentally friendly processes and building products, concrete is chosen time and time again for its circular economy and its durability, which results in reduced building maintenance costs. With concrete, we are fortunate that buildings are built to last for generations. And even when we tear down a concrete structure, almost all of its components can be recycled and reused. At LafargeHolcim, we're always thinking of circular material use. The concrete, the cement, and asphalt industry is a fundamental link in the circular economy. In concrete, we are able to utilize recycled aggregates and cementitious industrial byproducts. Whereas in cement, we're able to use alternative fuels in our kilns. And in asphalt, we're utilizing RAP, which is a reclaimed asphalt pavement. As I've said, concrete is a key link in the circular economy. We have to move away from taking, making, using, disposing, That way of construction isn't a sustainable option. At LafargeHolcim, we look at using it, recycling it, making it again, and manufacture innovative, game-changing green products. Our aim is to continually reduce CO2. Our goal is to conserve natural resources, save energy through the use of supplementary cementitious products such as the fly ash, which is a byproduct of coal-fired plants or slag, a byproduct from steel production. When we're looking at the global warming potential, which is a specific measure of how much energy the emission of 1 ton of gas will absorb over a given period of time relative to the emissions of 1 ton of CO2 or carbon dioxide. Today, there's a lot of talk around how building materials impact construction projects' global warming potential over a project's life cycle. And we believe the accuracy and transparency of this data are more important than ever as we move towards a zero carbon future. LafargeHolcim's Environmental Product Declarations, or EPD, generator process provides very clear visibility in low carbon construction. It helps quantify the environmental impact during the manufacturing process. An EPD is an independent, verified document that evaluates carbon footprint from the start of manufacturing to the endpoints of manufacturing. It's defined by an industrial standard ISO 14025, which allows consistency and comparability of data, which assists specifiers and contractors in making the right informed decision when choosing a material supplier. We're making it easier to make that right choice. Now, let's imagine, and quite frankly, we anticipate that in the very near future, selection and purchase of both cement and concrete products will not be based upon performance and price, but we'd be looking at metrics such as the global warming potential and embodied energy. Because we at LafargeHolcim have anticipated this need, I'm really happy and excited to share with you that we're rolling out third-party verified plans and product-specific EPDs for each of our cement plants operating in the US. In addition, as part of our net zero pledge, LafargeHolcim is launching Eco-Label to transparently communicate the environmental business of all of our low carbon building solutions. This label will include important information such as how much CO2 footprint is reduced and recycled content. LafargeHolcim ready-mix concrete plants are doing the same. We've talked about our industry as a whole, the current trends in sustainable initiative, and LafargeHolcim's net zero pledge to surpass and exceed these targets. Let's take a moment to discuss some of our innovative products that are available right now. Building a sustainable future starts with concrete. EcoPact, the green concrete, is a lower embodied carbon content compared to reference concrete designed with CEM1. It demonstrates equal or better performance properties than conventional concrete. You can get the assurance of quality you've come to expect from LafargeHolcim and the calculative lowering of the environmental impact. If you have a look, you're able to see that 1 cubic yard of EcoPact concrete relative to 7,317 smartphone chargers or 20 years of charging your phone. Or you can drive 143 miles with an average passenger vehicle or 7 days driving your car based on average driving distances is an equivalent of a carbon footprint reduction you will be able to contribute when you are buying EcoPact. But why should you buy or specify EcoPact? Because it's essential to act now, to preserve what we have and to build a better future for tomorrow. To be positioned as an industry partner with a vision for a better future. And most importantly, to become an active contributor to the conservation of the global environments. Think of an environmental product declaration almost like a food label containing nutritional value. An EPD allows you to make an informed decision, a science-based decision when choosing the right concrete for your project. The global warming potential, which is measured in kilograms per CO2 equivalent on a standard CEM1 concrete, is represented at 508, whereas a comparable eco-packed green concrete mix is 216 GWP. This is a significant difference in terms of its environmental impact. The only way to know truly the impact of our products is through a life cycle assessment supported by the EPD process. It allows us to determine factually how much waste is generated. At LafargeHolcim, we believe that through specifying EPDs with GWP targets, this will accelerate the transition to green building and support sustainable design. LafargeHolcim's EcoPact is designed to optimize cement content with a high portion of supplementary cementitious materials. EcoPact reduces the carbon footprint of concrete and is even able to achieve net zero through partnerships to offset the remaining carbon footprint. EcoPact contributes to a circular economy by closing material cycles and enhances resource conservation. Mitigation and Adapting are partnered to ensure continued energy efficiency and sustainability in building. However, through carbon reduction, it is taking it up a level to ensure sustainable infrastructure that will contribute to a circular economy. For this reason, you should choose to build with LafargeHolcim's EcoPact concrete.
Well, thanks, Renee. I want to reinforce one of the messages that Renee discussed. Metrics play an extremely important role in the development of solutions. That's why we like the EPD system. It's multifaceted. It captures the impacts of a variety of innovative initiatives that we are employing in our net zero pledge. So for example, if you operate a plant, say from a long wet to a short preheater precalciner system, or if you use renewable energy, or if you reduce clinker content in cement through the use of low carbon materials, all of these initiatives will be able to be captured under the EPD system. But even more than that, and here's where this stuff kind of gets really cool, carbon capture technology has the potential to make a great impact on CO2 footprint. And you'll see its effects directly right on the eco-label EPD. We're currently even researching this technology at our cement plant in Florence, Colorado. It's exciting stuff. So what does this mean for cementitious products? It's pretty simple. It means options. Now, as you might be aware, SCMs such as fly ash they're becoming scarce, and new and innovative SCMs are emerging all around the country. So slag cements, natural pozzolans, reclaimed bottom ashes, recycled glass, all kinds of fun amorphous silica products, they're coming to the market. And there's still a large demand for high quality SCMs because we still need it to enhance our durability, our strength, our performance of our concrete. And in fact, ASTM and AASHTO, they're working towards a collaborative process to streamline this process. ACI is discussing ways to expedite specification development process, but we also still have to do this safely. And to aid in the understanding of this aggressively developing market, LafargeHolcim has created a housing for all of our innovative solutions, a family of cementitious products to allow the user to keep up to speed on all the products that we're offering that have a specific benefit to sustainable metrics and then everything we're developing in the future. So all of these products are engineered to meet current industry standards, and you have the ability to use them today. So as we develop and market more products, as I stated, there'll be more that's going to be added to this family. And you can go here and you can keep track of what's emerging. But more than that, the supporting tools for the sustainable design engineer architect. So those of you in the room that do that, such as EPDs, material certification reports, engineering data sheets, and even technical support, they're all going to be right there. And I want to take the time to highlight one of these products, what we consider is the lowest hanging fruit on the cement side with regards to implementation of sustainable products. We call it OneCem. It's the one cement that you can use. It's a Portland cement equivalent. OneCem is a Portland limestone cement, or sometimes referred to as a PLC, and it meets ASTM C595 for Type 1L standards. It's designed and processed to be a direct replacement for Portland cement, a truly plug-and-play product, and it enables the user to use the same amount of fly ash, slag cement, or other SCM that they were using before. If you need enhanced sulfate resistance, such as Type 2 or Type 5, there's options for that as well under 595. What's different about OneCem than Portland cement is that it has a lower carbon footprint because of the way it's made. It incorporates interground limestone, the same limestone that we use to make as a raw ingredient Portland cement. And in fact, in Portland cement, you're allowed to intergrind a certain amount of limestone as part of that product as well. Portland cement, usually it's going to be up to a maximum of 5%. 1L is allowed to be between 5 and 15%. Now, this is not a new concept. It's referenced actually in several of the presentations that we've had at the summit. It's been discussed. And it's been used extensively around the world and even in the US for decades, has a proven track record for performance and durability. Now, in part of my region, which is Minnesota, OneCem PLC has been used successfully for over 15 years. And it's allowed and utilized as an equivalent product to Portland cement today. So you use 30% ash today with Portland cement, you use 30% ash today with OneCem. It's designed to be equivalent. As to industry acceptance, PLC in general is already allowed today by industry standards. As we see here, all of these allow Portland limestone cement. And there are many different options for there are also many different options for some of the emerging SCMs and blended cements that are coming down the pipe. In addition to this, there are accelerated efforts in each of these individual organizations, as I said before, as well as collaborative efforts to allow for rapidly emerging technologies while ensuring that the high performance and durability expectations that all of our products in the concrete industry is known for, that continues. So in addition to the industry side of things, Transportation Agency has also widely accepted the use of PLC. As you see here, the vast majority of these already accept PLC as a direct and equivalent replacement. They allow the same amount of cement, same amount of fly ash, the same amount of slag cement replacement, same amount of ternary used with PLC as they do with Portland cement. Now, I wanted to take the time to reiterate that Portland limestone cement is not just a LafargeHolcim product. It's an industry-wide initiative. Because of the nature of how PLC cements are made, a vast majority of cement producers can utilize their current facilities today to make these products available and to have an immediate industry-wide reduction in carbon footprint. So for more information on this PLC initiative, I would invite you to visit greenercement.org. There are lots of tools there, resources available, case studies, how this is being implemented in the US, as well as references on how the industry standards that I just referred to, the ACIs, the ASTMs, all of those, how they can be implemented to allow PLC as an equivalent product, as well as other blended and performance cements that are available and coming down the pipe. So if there's one takeaway from this presentation that we would like for you to take to heart, and in particular to the specifiers in the room, it's this. We have the capability today to make highly impactful, reduced CO2 solutions at the majority of our operations, cement plant and ready mix. However, it is very difficult for us to bring these products to market if the acceptance and specifications and projects is not there. So you play a crucial role in the net zero process. And here's our simple ask. If you would take the time to update your specifications to match the most current version of whatever your industry standard covers in your business and keep them up to date, it paves the way for innovation. Now, whether this is ACI 318 or 301, the new version which just came out last month, AASHTO, ICC, FAA, as I showed you earlier, a multitude of others. Absolutely everything we talked about today, they're low-hanging fruit opportunities in the sustainability initiative. And just so we're clear, we're not asking for restrictions. We're not asking for hard speccing, anything of that nature. We're looking for additions in your specification. We're looking for flexibility. And if you do that, you're now an active partner in this journey that we call net zero.